Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. During the day, I read too much about Corona, and at bedtime, I want to read anything but. One of my many bad habits is to clutter my bedroom, even the bed, with too many books, a number of which I'm reading at the same time. Maybe one, and beware of choosing more than one, you might get overcluttered yourself. Maybe one might tempt you of the following, at least temporarily, from COVID obsession. First one I want to talk about is The Art of the Personal Essay. That's a book that I love very much. I believe the essay is an underrated form. The length of an essay forces the author into being concise, into distilling best thoughts into a single sitting read. That book, The Art of the Personal Essay, contains a few exemplars on each of 27 themes. And a few examples are on the theme of growing up. There was a short story, an essay by George Orwell called Such Were the Joys. On writing, Carlos Fuentes wrote How I Started to Write. Juarez Soyinka wrote Why I Fast. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote On Marriage. Richard Rodriguez on city life wrote something called Late Victorians. James Baldwin wrote Notes of a Native Son, which focuses heavily on death, and of particular relevance amid the stay-home edicts, an essay on walking, which is called Street Haunting by Virginia Woolf. All of those and many more are in that anthology called The Art of the Personal Essay that's edited by Philip Lapate, maybe the world's leading exponent and writer of personal essays. The next book I want to tout that's near my bed is something called American Sketches. That too appeals to my desire for concision and for an actionability. And here, the author, Walter Isaacson, who is the CEO of the Aspen Institute and former managing editor at Time, offers essays on a dozen luminaries from Kissinger to Hillary Clinton, Benjamin Franklin to Bill Gates. Next, a book I particularly like. It's called A Journey Through Illusions. It isn't your typical Holocaust book. Yeah, Kurt Lewin, the author, documented the resilience that's common among Holocaust survivors. But this is more a story of his lifetime of relationship with Christians, from a monk to a Japanese captain of industry, and to an Israeli soldier with an Israeli soldier who fought for Israel's survival. Next, maybe the most important book, it's called Human Compatible. That book urges us to build in human controls to ensure that artificial intelligence fulfills its positive potentials while controlling the risk of artificial intelligence controlling us. The author, Stuart Russell, is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science and was vice chair of the World Economic Forum's Council on AI and Robotics. Next, a fun book. It's called A Certain Justice. P.D. James is my favorite mystery writer. Her books are as focused on her character's psychology as on the story's plot. The book A Certain Justice is among the best reviewed, most well-reviewed of her 14 novels with the protagonist of Inspector Dalgleish. This one is about a brilliant, in-your-face lawyer who's trying to save an unfairly accused man, and she's killed. Dalgleish, whose calm I envy, attempts to unravel the tangled web of causation. Next, Penguin's Little Black Classics. I'm not normally persuaded to buy based on packaging, but I found this too cute to resist. In a long, narrow case, 80 short stories, each in its own black booklet, are spine out so you can see each title. The stories span the millennia, from Suetonius's Caligula to Kate Chopin's A Pair of Silk Stockings. It's a great gift for the reader in your life. Next, another fun one. The New York Times Greatest Hits of Crossword Puzzles. These are separate books of the Mondays, the crosswords, the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and so on. Anyway, in my search for new things to do amid the shelter-in-place edicts, I binge-bought the Monday, that's the easiest, the Tuesday, and the Wednesday, which is kind of medium, of these greatest hits of crossword puzzle books. Anyway, I zipped through a dozen of the Mondays and pranced onto the Tuesdays, which I sort of enjoyed, but started to get annoyed at the occasional need to have to know pop culture, my knowledge of which is near nil. After doing about a half dozen of those crosswords, I tiptoed into the Wednesdays, which were yet more filled with arcana, and now as I think about it, I'm going to recycle all three. And finally, Kindle. It provides a particularly seductive opportunity to overbuy books. And currently I have 48 in my Kindle library. I'm currently reading Millard Salter's Last Day. It's about a 75-year-old doctor who decides to die 24 hours from now. And in the bullpen are Hillbilly Elegy, Shoe Dog, which is by Nike's founder, The Wise Men, which is subtitled Six Friends and the World They Made, The Gift of Pets, stories only a vet could tell, and Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow. Whatever you're reading, remember the medical soundbite du jour. Sitting is the new smoking. So get up every hour, or as I've been known to do, read while walking. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like if you hit the share button below and share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I'm flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.